Hello, hello. Hello, hello, everyone. Bear with me. I'm trying to set this up. This will be my first time going live on this application. So I wanted to make sure it was good. So let's get started. Um, Today's live is about giving good gifts. Gifting should be memorable, it should be a memorable experience for the giver and the recipient. And this is done by giving good gifts. Now, how do you give good gifts, you ask? Let's talk about it. Um, for those who are watching and do not know me, my name is Amy Cole. I'm the owner of Creatively Memorable, which is a gift concierge that creates custom and curated gifts for wedding industry corporations, professionals, and couples. Um, so now that the introduction is out of the way, let's talk about giving good gifts. One thing that I have always said is that gifting should be memorable, should be a memorable experience for the giver and the recipient. And this is something I've said from the very beginning, from the first day that I started Creatively Memorable. And that was basically because I had several bad gifting experiences, and it took me a minute, but I finally figured out that I would have to have more intention with my gifting. I would have to make a plan. I would have to really think about that recipient. And so when I started Creatively Memorable, that was my mantra. That gifting, that the one, gifting should be an experience, but two, that the gifting experience should be a memorable experience for the giver and the recipient. So let me make sure I can see any comments here. Okay. Um, so now my main focus in gifting is creating gifts that have the recipient in mind. I'm going to always look to create gifts that are recipient focused and, gifting that brings surprise and delight to the recipient. Gifts, creating gifts that are memorable. And for a gift to be memorable, meaning it is worth remembering, it is special, it is unforgettable, it is remarkable, and it's distinguished. Hey, yes, it's been a long time. Um, but in order for a gift to be memorable, it has to be good. It has to be a good gift, right? Um, so yes, it's been a long time. I want to go back to that comment. It's been a long time, yes, and I am glad to be back. This is my first time streaming on YouTube, and so this is a new experience for me because I've always gone live either on Instagram or on Facebook. But this time around, I decided I would do my lives on YouTube. So definitely, you want to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel so that you'll get my notifications. Now, back to these good gifts. In order for a gift to be memorable, and like I said, though, memorable meaning that it is worth remembering, it's unforgettable, it's special to them, especially, and to you. It is remarkable, distinguished. Um, in order for it to be memorable, it has to be good. So now, here's the thing. I was studying the Bible, right? And I saw that Jesus said in Matthew 7, verse 11, Matthew chapter 7, verse 11, that God gives good things, right? Now, right before that, he said that if they, being evil, can give good gifts to their children, then how much more would their Father in heaven give good things to those that ask him? Now, this was a part of his sermon that was this was part of his sermon on the Mount. And if you haven't read it, go back and read it. It's in Matthew. I think it spans chapters 5, 6, and 7. The Sermon on the Mount does. And this particular scripture was in his Sermon on the Mount. Now, since I saw, of course, the word gifts jumped out at me, or good gifts jumped out at me. So I ran over to the concordance and I said, let me look this up in the concordance in my Blue Letter Bible app. And I ran over there, looked it up to see what Jesus meant by good gifts or good things. And it confirmed what I already believed, right? The word good in that scripture means benefit and well. But other words used to outline that scripture are useful, pleasant, joyful, happy, excellent, and distinguished, right? Um, so these are the types of gifts that we should give, good gifts. So that's what I mean, or that's what I mean by saying we should give good gifts. Um, this is what our gifting at Creatively Memorable is based on, right? Giving good gifts, gifts that bring joy and happiness, gifts that are a benefit, meaning it is something that is very useful or useful to the person, something that they would enjoy, something that they like, right? It's a benefit to them. And gifts that are excellent and distinguished, um, meaning that we put a lot of time in presentation of the gift, making making it more of an experience for them when they open it, and gifts that are unforgettable. So that's our main focus. And I guess maybe your next question would be, how do you give good gifts? And I think that's what we're going to talk about. No, I know that's what we're going to talk about next week. How do you give good gifts? And to give good gifts, you make them focus on the recipient, which is what I've been talking about, right? But I'm going to talk about that next week, giving you ways that you can focus on the recipient when gifting. Now, this process of gifting, or this way of gifting, it works every time. We're going to talk specifically about client gifting. However, it works for any gifting, whether it's personal, whether you're gifting your bridesmaids, you're gifting your employees, what have you. If you're gifting on a special occasion, it doesn't matter what type of gifting it is. If it is recipient focused, you should have a good outcome every time. It should be a good experience for you and for your recipient. But that's what we're going to talk about next week. And in the meantime, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you will get the notifications. And I think you're supposed to ring a bell, tap on a bell to ring it. Tap on that bell so you can get the post notifications, and be sure to hit that like button. Let me look at the comments here. Yes, Quincy, great seeing you. Y'all, that's my husband. Thank you for joining. It's great seeing me on screen again, or being on screen again, I should say. It's great being on live again, because it's been a while since I've done a live, and I've done one this year, but I did it over on Instagram. But like I said, I wanted to do my live streams on Facebook. I'm sorry, not Facebook, but YouTube. And so this gives me an opportunity. This being my first one, this gives me an opportunity to learn how to go live on Facebook and to grow a following over here. So thank you. Thank you for tuning in. So really, that's all I have this time. Does anybody have any questions? If not, I will see you next week, Friday, but at 7 p.m. Now that I have this set up, I'll be able to go live at 7 p.m. like I originally planned. Um, But I'll go live at 7 p.m. next Friday. And so until next time, happy gifting and many blessings, y'all.